yesterday and seeing it, because it's just such a glorious, I think, moment of pride in a month or a few months of frustration. So thank you to everyone that's been mentioned and for our collaboration with you. I have to say, it's such an honor for me personally to collaborate with the Metro Parks and the zoo. You know, the Zoo Society raises private philanthropic support for education programs, conservation partners around the world, operations in Cleveland, and new habitats that help fulfill the vision of the zoo and help to secure a future for wildlife. And new habits are such a visible example of the generosity and passion of our donors and our friends who care for the zoo, for the animals, and for the people who care for the animals. So as amazing as it is to be here today, I'm a little sad that I'm here alone, without my staff, without the zoo staff, and especially without the donors. We have a lot of them watching at home, so I wanted to just really echo the thank you from Brian and Chris. Please know that even though you're not here with us today, everyone here is completely inspired by your generosity and driven by the passion you have to make this zoo wonderful. Donors are making this zoo great every day, and we have seen that especially during the closure and during the building of this amazing home. We had two very special friends help us with this, and I just wanted to really draw some attention to them today, even though they might not want it. Thank you so much to Daniel Maltz and his family for more than 10 years of philanthropic support for Cleveland Metro Park Zoo and for conservation partners around the world. Every time Daniel visits us, it feels so special, and I can tell you the rhinos know he's coming too, because the extra treats come out, and the keepers love when he visits. We appreciate his devotion to saving rhinos, giraffe, and so many species in the wild, and we vow to help use this habitat to build awareness of the plight of these animals. And we are so excited that he has helped provide not only support for those animals in the wild, but for the animals here in Cleveland. I also wanted to say thank you to Walter and Jean Kalber, who provided funding for the much needed bull barn to give Forrest, the male rhino, his own space, and for the expanded yard. Walt and Jean just exude an enthusiasm for the zoo as a community asset and as a vital education tool for kids. You know, as parents and grandparents, they are so determined to provide new spaces, not only for the animals, but for the guests. They know that connecting people with nature and animals is so very powerful, and their generosity helps provide that at the zoo. Just this weekend, I talked to Jean, and she reminded me that she wants children to be able to walk in the barn. She wants school groups to be able to see this space. She knows that if kids and adults can learn about animals here, they will help protect them in the wild. So thank you so much to Daniel, Walt, Jean, and all of our donors for helping make this habitat a success. Their names are also along all of these beautiful benches, so please take a minute and thank them as you all walk around. I so look forward to seeing my staff and our donors in person again, hopefully in this space that your generosity helped build. Thank you.
So with that, we're going to move forward to the official ribbon cutting for the Daniel Maltz Rhino Reserve. So I'd like to invite all the media to come up. We get a photo opportunity, a socially distanced photo opportunity as we do the ribbon cutting, and then invite all the media up to see Forrest in the new exhibit. In addition to the three of us, Andy Kornak, who is the Deputy Executive Director and Director of Animal and Veterinary Programs here, she'll be up there, as well as Travis Vineyard, who's the animal curator in this area. We'd be happy to answer any questions that anyone has as it relates to the exhibit. So thank you all very much. Let's move over to the ribbon cutting.
Sorry. Oh, you're good. I keep tipping you.
Very fair question.
There was no question.
Business. I want you all to know here is Travis Vineyard, animal curator for Freedom Myself Tattoo. Good morning, give you guys a special love. So, can you take with us while we walk upstairs? Final cruise being on the 14th. It is $40 for a member. $20 for member. And that price is an admission for a car, so as many people are in the car. Hello, Lisa. So the zoo is officially reopening on June 17th, but you can still come to cruise the zoo until June 14th. So this Wednesday through Sunday is the last.
And then Dominic, if you're going to stream for a while, let us know either A, whenever you need an interview afterward to record, or if you needed someone while you were streaming to do an interview. Either Jeff or I can grab Andy or Travis.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's like a flame for the crowd. So we are here with Andy. Andy, do you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Andy Cornick. I'm the Deputy Executive Director and Director of Animal Programs here at US Food Metro Park 2.
All right. Well, this is an exciting day for the zoo, I know. Tell me a little bit about what makes this reserve and this habitat different from what the rhinos were in earlier.
Well, the Daniel Moats Rhino Reserve really allowed us to follow our mission and core values for the animals in our care by creating open, complex habitats to maximize the welfare of the animals here at Food Metro Park 2. So as you can see, it's a very large, expansive space.
I watched them all morning and finally came out over here to see you.
I was going to say, this is
Cool on these 95-degree Cleveland days. Also has a heating system to keep them warm on those cold Cleveland December days. In addition to
That's
that,
all I
you can
need.
see,
I had some
wooden,
other
what I
stuff,
call
but
a
he's
wooden tether
hiding
log,
underneath that
a
thing
tether
all
ball
day.
log that he is able to push around 360 degrees, and as heavy as that log looks, it's no problem for
So
him to
there's
do
no
that.
changes to
It
the
also
other.
gives him the ability to rub
Like
on it
is there
and
more
exfoliate
rhinos
his
on the
skin,
other side, or
sharpen
is
his
there
horn. In addition, he will be creating his own mud wallows. He kept it. We didn't create one for him. Anytime we do that for an animal, they always say, no, that's not where I want it. Create your own. So this will allow him to pick the spot that he would most likely have to look at.
So I keep asking, when people are asking about the rhinos, they do, they're fine.
Yeah, I've always seen rhinos in the water.
Yes, so this is Forrest, he's our male, and the four females are in the original habitat. You know, we talked a little bit earlier with some people that, you know, rhinos really like the social distance from each other. Maybe not for the reason that you and I are social distancing today, but females really do not like to be in the presence of males, and likewise during an everyday outing. So we are now providing them that space to have their own spaces. And they come together when it is breeding. As you know, Forrest has been very successful breeding
How you doing, man?
females, making it 2 passes to one
Good.
So this also
What's
allows
that?
us to expand our herd and grow the herd as we move forward.
Now, where would you find these?
These are from eastern parts of Africa, and they are solitary. So when you think about rhinos, white rhinos tend to be a little bit more social. Black rhinos are very solitary. They are highly endangered species. This is one of our most endangered species we have here at
Great, well, thank you so much for the information.
Thanks for taking time to come out and see us today. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
I have to take my sunglasses off when I started.
All right, we'll catch up on some comments here. Antoine says, I love that zoo. Romero's asking, when is it open? So the zoo officially reopens on June 17th, but this is the last week for Cruise the Zoo. So that runs from Wednesday to Sunday, but Sunday is the last day. You pay by the vehicle, so non-member vehicle is $40, a member vehicle is $20. You can see this new exhibit and you can see giraffes, bears, and elephants. Brian says looks awesome. This is the old Monkey Island though.
Yeah.
Yes, they are eastern black rhinos. Anton says I will be there. Walter's asking, do they allow motorcycles? That is a good question for the YouTube too. Do you allow motorcycles for cruises?
We do not allow motorcycles for cruises.
Okay. So no motorcycles for cruise the zoo, but you are welcome to come out again this Wednesday through Sunday is the last week in a different type of show. There are 5 rhinos.
So whenever you're ready, man.
I see Shelly Packer trying to mention it's a great idea. If anyone would be interested in seeing what's going on at Cleveland Metro Park Zoo today, you can find them in the comment section. Or better yet, share this on your own wall. See, Jim said, please consider taking masks off outside. So there are quite a few of us here. We're maintaining our 6-foot social distance, but as hot as it is, and not necessarily comfortable wearing a mask right now. Safety is the #1 priority, so we'll be continuing to wear a mask outside. Lisa said, beautiful. Can't wait to see it.
Good shit. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works.
Who's going to do with Brian? He's our CEO.
Oh, great.
You'd rather rip apart that.
Yeah, right?
Well, thank you.
So the mud wall is an interesting question.
Yeah.
So we designed the exhibit. Of course, water is going to naturally accumulate somewhere. So we're going to let the rhino pick where this mud wall is going to be. Wherever that's established, wherever they start excavating, that's where it's going to be. So, odds are, we would have.
How are you today?
Good, how are you guys?
Good. Even close to different spots. So,
I'll have them look at you.
we'll just manage it after that.
Well, thank you so much, Travis. Anything else that you add?
No, just go to our website, futureforwildlife.org, and we can get an inside look at all of our conservation programming, in particular the rhinos.
Thanks, Travis. All right, folks, I'm going to do one little walk around so you guys can get a 360 view. We're going to cut Travis loose here. Thanks, Travis.
I'm good when you are. You're gonna look at him, okay?
I just laugh. Brian M. Zimmerman, BrianMZimmmerman, Chief Executive Officer, Cleveland Metro Parks.
Awesome. Tell us where we're at right now.
Well, we're at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. For those of you who may have forgotten or haven't visited us during our cruise the zoo, which is only going to be one more week, but we are here at the Daniel Maltz Rhino Reserve, and in the background here we've got Forest out, and we're just opening it up today for the very first time, and we couldn't be more pleased to bring this $2.5 million exhibit, almost wholly designed and constructed with local contractors here at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo.
Why is this such a special day for the zoo?
I think any day is a special day at the zoo, but when we get to open a new exhibit that enhances the habitat and really tries to create this special space for them, not only do we have this wonderful reserve space here, but we've got a new bull barn for Forest. The rhinos like each other like one time a year, and then they kind of don't as much, so it's nice to have these separate spaces to be able to move our rhinos around. The eastern black rhinoceros is a protected animal. He's over in the background here sharpening up his horn, which is pretty awesome. We've got mud wallows, and it's really just this great dynamic space, and it sits where the former Monkey Island used to sit, so we paid homage to it with our wonderful horticulture out front, and the exhibit is really something to be seen.
Talk about some of the special features that this exhibit has.
Well, in the background you can see the misters to help keep them cool, and Cleveland can have 4 seasons in about 4 hours. There's also heaters out there, and I mentioned this mud wallow, and it's interesting that it'll be created wherever the water kind of pools a little bit. They'll throw the mud up kind of on them as they would out in the natural, but it's got some really great features from that end of things, and he's got a swinging tree log over here that they can push around, and again, I think in the background he was sharpening his horn here just a few minutes ago.
How's he enjoying his new habitat? He's been there a couple days now. I mean,
He's been here about a week, and it's the keepers said it's one of the best transitions they've had to a new exhibit. Really finding all the features. It's really interesting to see how they challenge the exhibit when they first come in. But overall, things have gone very well. Our cruise the zoo is one more week, so if you get a chance to come out, you can see it through your car. And then we look forward to opening to the public the following Wednesday. So we look forward to getting everybody back here at the zoo in a socially distant way, but be able to reconnect with our Cleveland Metro Park Zoo.
yeah, speaking of social distancing, I'm sure you guys have had this in the works for years, but when COVID popped up a couple months ago, did you start reworking this exhibit for visitors in terms of social distancing?
Well, all of those things I think are going to go forward in the future designs. If you look at the ADA compliant deck walk that we've got here, the distance of the paths, the depths of the paths, we've worked very hard at trying to meet those guidelines. And the zoo has done very well with those because we're spread out on 188 acres, and we really have that opportunity to. When people come back, I think they're going to see that one-way traffic kind of going through, and not necessarily there's going to be a certain number of tickets for members and non-members sold each day. So there'll be some things to stay tuned and check the website out for.
Anything else?
I think I'm good.
No, I think that's it. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So glad it's hot out here today wearing a dark suit. See, look, that's what he's sharpening his horn.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's what they do.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice change of pace for what we've been doing lately.
for all of us.
Yeah. I apologize, I'm right on you.
No, you're good, man.
That's cool.
One more.
I'm basically I got sound. They won't. I'm old now.